going to call this meeting of the Oskaloosa City Council to order. Today is Monday, March 7th of 2022. We start with the invocation from First Christian Church.
Please pray with me. Holy and loving God, we ask for your guidance and your wisdom as decisions are made this evening. Help us to carefully consider the information that has been gathered. Help us to be innovative. Help us to be wise. Help us to be unified in making the best possible decisions for this great community. Bless this time with clarity and compassion, and most importantly, with love. We ask all of this in the name of Jesus. Amen.
Amen. Thank you, Pastor. You join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I
pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Roll call, please.
Allman.
Here.
Burnett.
Here.
Algieri.
Here.
Comfort.
Here.
Dross.
Here.
Hermson.
Here.
Ocean. Here.
Okay. Next item up is the opportunity for community comments. This item is reserved to receive comments from the community for concerns whether or not they're on the current agenda. The community is encouraged to speak before the mayor and city council, asked to keep statements brief, time limited to no more than 3 minutes. Any questions are to be asked of the city staff, the council members, or the mayor prior to speaking to the full council, so that way concerns can be properly researched and perhaps answered away from the meeting. Comments are to be directed to the mayor and city council only. Is there anyone who would like to speak tonight? Seeing none, next up is the consent agenda. These are all items that are generally routine in nature and usually are handled by just one motion. I did want to draw the council's attention to item E, which is a motion appointing representatives to the Municipal Housing Agency. Both Ruth Newbert and Tom Walling are recommended for appointment. And also on item I, a resolution setting the date for a public hearing on plans, specifications, and authorizing advertisement of bids for the downtown resurfacing project. That hearing is going to be on April 4th of 2022. Is there a motion for approval of the consent agenda?
Move.
Second. Any discussion?
I don't know about that Tom Walling guy. I mean, yeah.
We thought we got rid of him.
He's back.
Yep. Did a fine job as a council member.
Yes, he
and
did.
Look forward to more of the same. So
I know Ruth Newbert. She's a good citizen too. So, yep.
good to have him.
Yep.
Roll call, please.
Ocean.
Yes.
Allman.
Yes.
Burnett.
Yes.
Algieri.
Yes.
Comfort.
Yes.
Dross.
Yes.
Hermson.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Next up is the announcement of vacancies we have on various boards and commissions. Our Airport Commission, we have one vacancy for a term ending on December of 2027. The Board of Adjustment, we have a vacancy for a term ending in December of 2026. Building Code Board of Appeals, we have a vacancy for a regular member and an ex officio member. The Civil Service Commission, we have a vacancy for a term beginning in April of 2022. Historical Preservation Commission, we have two vacancies, one for a term ending December of 2022 and another one ending December of 2023. Municipal Housing Agency, we have one vacancy. It's for a term ending in February of 2023, and three vacancies for terms beginning in March of 2022. The Planning and Zoning Commission, we have two vacancies for terms beginning in May of 2022. And the South Central Regional Airport, there is one vacancy. It's for a term beginning in April of 2022. Getting into the regular agenda, first up is to consider a motion approving the appointment of Scott Vaughn as Fire Chief. Mr. Vaughn is recommended for appointment to the position of Fire Chief for the City of Oskaloosa. The recommendation is presented to the City Council for formal approval following the conclusion of an effort to fill the vacancy that was created by the resignation of Chief Swanson. If this item is approved, he would begin employment with the city on March 14th of 22, assuming, of course, he can do well when I administer the oath of office to him. Do we have a motion of support for this appointment?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Allman.
Yes.
Burnett.
Yes.
Algieri.
Yes.
Comfort.
Yes.
Dross.
Yes.
Hermson.
Yes.
Ocean.
Yes.
Okay, very good. That passes. Mr. Vaughn, would you come forward, please?
No pressure on you.
No pressure.
Right hand in the air. Repeat after me. I, Scott Vaughn, do solemnly swear
I, Scott Vaughn, do solemnly swear
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
that I will support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and the Constitution of the State of Iowa,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
and that I will faithfully and impartially,
to the best of my ability,
to the best of my ability,
discharge the duties as Fire Chief in Oskaloosa.
Screwed it up.
Discharge
Discharge all duties as fire chief in the city of Oskaloosa,
as now or hereafter required by law.
as now or hereafter required by law.
Congratulations. Welcome aboard. Right there.
Oh, he's a lefty. I got two lefties. Welcome,
Thank you
welcome.
again, Sam.
Yeah, welcome. No?
Now the crowd leaves.
That's what they're here.
Don't get mad.
No, we won't.
Okay, moving along on the agenda, item B is to consider a resolution approving the final plans, specs, form of contract, and estimated cost for the 2022 sanitary sewer project. Garden and Associates has prepared the preliminary plans and specs for the project. Scope of work is construction of 1,130 feet of sanitary sewer main and 12 sanitary sewer manholes and related construction items in the area north of F Avenue West between North C Street and North Market Street. The engineering cost, $950,725 is estimated. If the project's awarded, the anticipated work completion time for the project is 100 working days. And so now's the time for interested persons to express their opinions concerning the project plans, specs, form of contract, and the engineer's estimate of cost. I'll open the public hearing. Is there anyone who would like to speak to this? Okay, seeing none, I'll close the public hearing. Do I have a motion of support for this resolution?
Move. Second.
Okay, any discussion on it? Roll call, please.
Burnett.
Yes.
Calgery.
Yes.
Comfort.
Yes.
Drost.
Yes.
Hermson.
Yes.
Ocean.
Yes.
Almond.
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Takes us to item C. This is to consider a resolution awarding the contract or a motion to postpone the award for the 2022 sanitary sewer project. And so it was advertised, bids came in, lowest bid was submitted by KLC Construction, LLC. It's in the total amount of $959,127, which is $8,402 higher than the engineer's estimate, or 0.9%. Engineer estimate, to remind, was $950,725. The engineering consultant for the project, Garden and Associates, reviewed the bids, recommends the award to KLC. However, staff is recommending the council not award the bid at this time due to issues with the easements on the project. The project was originally bid as part of the Phase 3 Division 1 sanitary sewer project, and staff coordinated the easements from the property owners at the time. But one property has changed owners since, and so the staff has been unable to reach an agreement for the easement. Without the easement agreement, the city can't perform the work on this property, and due to the property location, it's not possible to remove it from the scope without major changes to the project. Bids are valid for 60 days after submission, so action would need to be taken by the April 4th, 2022 meeting. So at award, construction schedule would be contingent on receipt of easements, and the anticipated work completion time is 100 working days. When approved, staff is recommending council also authorize $95,000, or about 10% of the contract, as a project contingency for unforeseen circumstances to be administered by the city manager. And so, do we have a motion supporting the resolution to postpone the award?
So move.
Okay.
Second.
Any discussion on that?
As we talked prior to the meeting, Sean, we have bids are good for 60 days, right? And so we can postpone it, hopefully work through remaining easements, and then approve it at the next council meeting.
That would be the
Hopefully.
goal, yes.
Yes. Thank you.
And if that doesn't happen, what makes you think you're gonna get the easement?
Sean, would you come up to the microphone?
What makes you think you're gonna get the easement done that you haven't gotten done so far? What is more time gonna give us that we
So-
haven't done already?
So we have been speaking with the property owner, and we've made some amount of progress on having them understand why the agreement amount is what it is and such. And so we're kind of waiting on him to make a final decision on whether or not the property, or whether or not the offer is acceptable. So unfortunately, just the time frame of when he was contacted and when he's given us responses has put us at this point. But ultimately, if we aren't able to come to an agreement, then we have to go through the condemnation process. But we would like to avoid doing that if possible. That's why we're kind of looking for this little bit of extra time that we have in order to continue negotiating a little bit more.
So one person stops an entire project, huh? That's where it's at right now anyway?
Unfortunately, due to the timing of things, that's how
Yeah.
it's panned out.
What is the condemnation process? Because I'm worried too. One person stopping, you know. I think-
Well, and you're right with that, and Sean and I have been working together on that thing, and I would indicate too, we have been in touch with the individual, we've been in touch with his attorney now, we're trying to have some back and forth. Sean has taken the steps, they've even tried to re-engineer the project somewhat to make it less onerous or burdensome upon that property. The individual's opinions as to the value of his property are at variance with what our feelings and beliefs are as to that value at this time. If it does not come to fruition, then obviously we need to start condemnation proceedings, which is kind of a tedious process. We have to jump through several hoops. The council would have to formally approve going that way. Then we've got to get a formal appraisal done that he has an opportunity to participate in. Then we approach the court. The court appoints some individuals as sheriff's condemnation jury members from the list the county has, and we get a hearing set on that. So it can be kind of a tedious and cumbersome thing, but sadly.
Time frame on that, Dave? How long?
Approximately.
Time frame?
I'm trying to think last time we've done that. I would say safely 3 to 4 months, I'm guessing.
And how long is the project once it starts?
100 days.
100
days.
So is that still possible this year then, or is it a next year project at that point?
It might be possible that part of the project would be done in one fiscal year, or not one fiscal year, one
Yeah,
calendar year,
correct.
and one, the remaining
Gotcha.
in the next calendar year. It would be a significant enough change to the project that the contractor could make some requests of us and then have it.
So if we end up in condemnation process and we go back to bid, because it's only good for 60 days, and we end up that the bid is, let's say, $20,000 more, are we able to stick that to this person because they made us go back out to it? Is that something we can?
No, sadly not.
Am I under the impression this is an empty lot we're talking about too? There's no property, or there's no structure on this property?
The lot is vacant.
Are you kidding me? Can we talk dollar amounts for a second? Am I allowed to do that in public so people know what the stupidity this is?
Number one, I don't believe that's prohibited. Number two, I might caution, simply to the extent that it would then might make somebody become more entrenched in
All right,
their
well,
opposition.
Well, it sounds like I hope you're right that you've got something you can go with, but it's too bad. Let's just put it that way. And I'm sure you feel the same way. So that one person can stop necessary, because this improves the sewer for this portion of the community, correct?
Yes.
So all these people
Yes.
suffer because of this. I think that's important for them to understand that. I think it's important that one person is dictating the fact that all these people will suffer because of this one person. Yeah, it's disappointing. So, yeah.
Other comments? Roll call, please.
Caligiuri,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Drost,
Yes.
Hermson,
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Almond,
Yes.
Burnett,
Sure. Yes.
Enthusiasm is noted.
That's right.
Okay, that passes. Moving to item D. This is to consider a resolution adopting the proposed fiscal year 2022 budget amendment and the proposed fiscal year 2023 budget and setting a date for the public hearing. This resolution sets the public hearing for March 21st of 2022, authorizes publication of the notice. Notice will include a tax rate to be levied at the approximate amount of approximate 14.30365 dollars per thousand of assessed valuation. This rate of $14.30365 represents a decrease of 0.0004 in the city rate for the year, so a decrease of 4 10,000ths. Staff is recommending approval. Do we have a motion of support?
Moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
Even though it's only 4 10,000ths, I want to take, we need to take credit for the fact it's a decrease, so.
That's how you can tell when someone's been in politics. Okay, any comments or questions? Roll call, please.
Comfort?
Yes.
Drost?
Yes.
Hermson?
Yes.
Ocean?
Yes.
Almond?
Yes.
Burnett?
Yes.
Calgery?
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Item E, this is to consider a resolution setting the time and place to conduct a public hearing on the City of Oskaloosa Capital Improvement Plan for fiscal years 2023 through 2027. According to code, per the Code of Iowa 384.15.3, a city is required to hold a public hearing on its capital improvement plan before adopting it. City Council met on January 17th of 2022 to discuss the project's priorities, funding strategies, and the city is required to formally adopt a 5-year capital improvement plan subject to annual review and revisions. The date of the hearing would be March 21st of 2022. Do we have a motion of support?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion?
I think it's just important. I mean, we're setting a public hearing, but so many times you hear that the city needs a plan. We've got to get these things figured out. We've got to improve these streets. How are we doing? How are we replacing our equipment and keeping things up to date and not falling behind? This is a great outline of the next 5 years of street improvements, equipment replacement, structural upgrades, and all those things. So it's good for people to educate themselves on this.
Amy, remind me, the police vehicles, we was replacing those like every 3 years? Or was it 5? Three,
for most
okay.
of them, yeah.
Any other comments?
No.
Roll call, please.
Drost?
Yes.
Hermson?
Yes.
Ocean?
Yes.
Almond?
Yes.
Burnett?
Yes.
Calgery?
Yes.
Comfort?
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Gets us to item F. This is to consider a resolution approving an amendment to the 2080 agreement that creates the Mahaska County Solid Waste Management Commission. The commission has undertaken a review of the agreement dated December 26th of 1973. Summary of changes include the following. Updating the words municipality gets replaced by political subdivision. The membership, appointed representatives are reduced from 1 for each 1,000 people of population to 1 for each 2,000 people of population, and for each fraction exceeding 50% thereof. Each representative has 1 vote in the voting area. The officers, vice chairman, or secretary treasurer can preside at meetings in the absence of a chairman. Majority, a supermajority requires 2/3 of the votes cast by the commission. A quorum is a majority of the appointed representatives. Executive board pulled that section out. Meetings held in accordance with Iowa Code Chapter 21 regarding open meetings law. New members, if anyone comes in a political subdivision that is not in Mahaska County, wouldn't have the right to vote. As far as withdrawal and termination, it would require 60 days notice. Funds remaining with the commission. Termination, commission may be dissolved only upon an affirmative supermajority vote. Amendment of agreement, the amendments require approval of all members. If you're going to do a 2080, it requires separate signatures of everybody. And finally, Article 11, where the agreement replaces the agreement dated December 26th of 1973. Do we have a motion of support for this?
So moved.
Second.
Okay. Any discussion?
Yeah, on the, oh, you got it up. See what says red line PDF?
Yeah,
It's not red line.
There's no red lines.
that was the separate email that came out from Stephanie after the agenda came
Right, I
out.
saw that. I thought it was probably,
Yeah.
she couldn't get it attached at the time.
Yeah,
Oh.
Yeah.
and so,
Because
I
I was
know.
gonna say there were
Never
no.
mind.
Sometimes they won't,
I
she
re-
uploaded that
right.
way and it
Okay.
doesn't come through.
Yeah, I saw the red line, but I was looking, yeah, I have that.
okay, so you're good with that.
No, I just saw it on, when I was looking
Yeah.
at the agenda. and,
It
oh,
just looked
there's
like there were no
red line. And
changes.
Now you said that, she said the same thing, that she couldn't get it on the other time.
Okay.
No problem.
You know, my mind works.
Was
Any
that?
other-
Oh, he's making fun of a drawing I have ours. That's how my mind works, so,
Yeah.
Okay. Any other comments or questions on this 28E? Roll call, please.
Hermson,
Yes.
Ocean,
Yes.
Almond,
Yes.
Burnett,
yes.
Algieri,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. Gets us to item G, which is to consider an ordinance rezoning property located at 717 through 723 High Avenue West from a UC, which has mixed-use urban corridor district, to UC PUD, which is the mixed-use urban corridor planned unit development district, and approving the PUD development, and this is the second reading. So we've got Anthony Christner on behalf of Christner Properties applying for a planned unit development district for the property located at 717 to 723 High Avenue West. And so it includes the site development plan and rezoning of the property. Christner proposes to develop the vacant property with a multi-tenant commercial building facing G Street. Exterior would be brick, stone, and fiber cement siding. The primary tenant would be a clean laundry laundromat. Tenants are still being sought for the remaining 2 spaces. The PUD Planned Unit Development Overlay District is intended to provide flexibility and innovation in project design such as open space and other amenities, and to ensure compatibility with the surrounding urban environment. Similar to the site plan process, the PUD district assures specific development standards by following a development plan that's approved by ordinance. Proposal retains the base UC mixed-use zoning, but reduces the bulk and parking standards. Setbacks are minimized to allow the building to be placed closer to property lines, particularly along A Avenue and G Street. Lot coverage is slightly increased, and the off-street parking requirement is waived in favor of on-street parking. The plan also proposes a 3-hour time limit for on-street public parking like downtown. So the proposal meets the sign standards, building material standards, and stormwater standards. An outdoor patio amenity will be provided near the rear entrance to the laundromat. Proposal seems consistent with the surrounding character and comprehensive plan. And at their February 8th meeting, the Planning and Zoning Commission held a public hearing and voted unanimously to recommend the approval to the City Council as proposed. Staff has concurred with this recommendation. Do we have a support for this on the second reading?
So moved.
Second.
Okay, any discussion? Roll call, please.
Ocean,
Yes.
Almond,
Yes.
Burnett,
Yes.
Algieri,
Yes.
Comfort,
Yes.
Dross,
Yes.
Hermson,
Yes.
Okay, that passes. It gets us to the end of the regular agenda. Opportunity for report from city staff. Anything from city manager, city clerk?
no sir, thank you.
Okay, anything from the city attorney?
Nothing, thank you, sir.
Okay, moving down the line, council. Lisa, anything?
No, I'm gonna put something on the agenda next week, so.
Oh, okay.
Just
Joe?
learn how.
No, nothing.
Okay. Charlie,
No,
Janet?
thank you, sir.
No, sir,
Bob?
thank you.
No, thank you.
No. Steve?
Nothing other than I think about right now, our neighbors to the north. I just want to wish our neighbors to the north. I think the North Mahaska boys are playing in the state tournament tonight. Just
They
want to
are.
wish them good luck.
They
So,
are, yeah.
yeah.
late, they lost.
Oh, they already played.
Yeah.
Ah, and they
Yeah.
lost.
It was.
Well, it was a
two
well
It was,
intentioned
it was
anyway.
not good, yeah.
Yeah. And the
Yeah,
girl-
Yeah, if you're gonna pop a balloon, that's the way to do it.
I thought it was this
Yeah.
evening, so my bad.
But the
So-
girls last week played against what, the second rated, highest rated
Yeah.
or something, so,
Yeah,
yeah.
so,
2 valid attempts.
Well, congratulations
Yes.
to getting to state. That's
That's
accomplishment. It really is accomplishment
Mhm.
itself.
Big
So
deal.
they had to feel good about that. So
yep. So I had a couple of things that I wanted to mention. First off is that Eggs and Issues is coming up this Saturday. I'll be moderating it. It does have to do with public safety type stuff and health. So the folks who are anticipated to be in the hot seat will be representatives from Mahaska Hospital, from the emergency management, from the police department, and from the sheriff's department. So that's at 8:30 at Smoky Row if anyone would like to attend. The coffee is free and it's good. Also got an email from, speaking of emergency management, just a reminder to the public that from time to time, Jamie Robinson gets asked why the sirens aren't being activated. And so he mentioned in an email to me that they were not activated on March 5th of 2022.
Yeah.
And so anyway, as a reminder, the sirens are an outdoor warning only. So if you're in your house and you don't hear them, congratulations, you've got a nice house with good windows. Siren activation is for tornado warnings, hail that's greater than 1 3/4 inch diameter, winds that are greater than 70 miles an hour, and if there's a request from fire or law or EMA. And so that's the criteria he's working with. And so if you don't hear the sirens, it's because some of that criteria somehow hasn't been met.
And I think that the discussion this weekend is that Oskaloosa was not in the tornado warning.
Right.
It was other parts of Mahaska County, so.
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yep, and it
South
wasn't
and
on
east
track.
of
Yeah,
us,
yeah.
Yep. And so the last thing, this is, why guys like me have gray hair, I guess, and been around a while, that we have in our entryway over there a mirror. Okay, that mirror dates back to 1994. And it was when Oskaloosa was pursuing a sister city relationship, and we were working with the state of Iowa, and we had representatives from a city called Chipola come over here. And so there's a picture in the mayor's office where they all were gathered around, and a picture with city manager Don Sandor at the time. And Chipola is located in the center of Ukraine. Very, very nice gentleman to work with. Salt of the earth people. One of the, when they came over, okay, I'm going to go off script here. One of the things that's burned into my mind is they came in wanting to have a very friendly get together with some folks from Oskaloosa. And Chipola was very similar in size. They broke out all sorts of liquid refreshment. Did you know that they make bottles of vodka with a paper pull tab? There's no intention of ever putting the cap back on that thing again. And so they cracked open those things, and there were a group of city council members. I was on the council at that time, and so we were sitting around with them, and they were wanting to do a toast to everything they could think of, to mutual friendship, to on and on and on. And so after about the 7th or 8th round of toast, it was time to slow down. So we made it through the night, okay, and then we were scheduled for breakfast the following morning at the Chief Mahaska. Okay, and so some rather beleaguered and bloodshot looking city council members, etc., went in for the U.S. Oskaloosa entourage. And then the folks from Ukraine came in, much better shape. I mean, they wear it well. And it was time to order breakfast. And so they didn't have their translators with them. And so folks were trying to get them by, as best they could. So, do you like pancakes? And I didn't understand it. Waffle? Eggs? Toast. Toast! We can do toast. No, it's not. So anyway, it gave us an appreciation of the cultural differences between Oskaloosa and our friends over in Chipola, Ukraine. Chipola is located in about the center of the country, so they're in no particular danger right now in terms of bombs raining down on them. However, our heart goes out in support, hoping all is well, the best it can be for them. So with that, if there's nothing else, do I have a motion to adjourn?
Move.
Second.
All in favor say aye.
Aye.
We're adjourned.